How Long Gone? Chris Black and DJ Them Jeans coming to you live from Copenhagen.
Copenhagen. You know the Offspring song "Pretty Fly for a White Guy."
I do know that.
The intro of it starts off with a guy saying something in like Austrian or something.
Really? I didn't know that.
It's like gluten, gliden, ground,
Really?
globin. Give it to me, baby.
Wow, you're hitting the note. You're making Dexter look bad.
Well, Dexter's,
No noodles.
Dexter's fresh. Hey, chill, bro. Dexter's fresh on the mind. I was watching some dumb video like inside the studio session with like producers and mix and down engineers,
And it was it was the Offspring?
and it was the guy, not the Offspring, the mastermind behind their sound.
The architect, if you will.
And it was funny because he sings in a very high pitch squeal already. You know, he has like a
Yeah, that's his natural.
like
Yeah.
he's always screaming at a high pitch, and then the guy who was recording them was like, the little producer's secret, you always have, you know, if the song is in A, then, you know, we always have them sing like one octave or one note higher, you know, hit him in a G, and that's when the song really comes alive. So he's already like peaking, and then he had to, and then the producer's like, what if you sang it higher? And now for the rest of his life, his like 60-year-old ass is on stage at like the Cabo Wabo festival, and he's got to scream at the highest pitch possible. Poor bastard.
I wonder if they've just taken everything down a peg so he can achieve the goal. You know,
They do drop D tuning for all their songs now.
They
We got the
changed
7-string Ibanez.
that's a different thing. I
If you don't know what we're talking about, guys, sorry about that. We
no,
just
they
had
do.
to get that
No
out of
one
our
doesn't
system.
know the Offspring.
All of our young female listeners who are here for Fashion Week really want to talk about drop D tuning for regional SoCal punk bands.
If you don't know, first of all, Offspring is not regional. Second of all, if you don't know about drop D tuning, you should get familiar.
Yeah.
That's what
I suggest Wikipedia / drop D tuning. Read that and then come see me.
then you can come talk to me.
Yeah, so we're here in Copenhagen. The code switching has begun for me, and this is a country where I'm able to code switch and they like it versus the typical opposite. Even just in London, a place where English is the spoken language. When I code switch to them, they're like, "What are you saying? Why do you do that?"
I don't think British people will ever reward a British accent, even if it's perfect. They won't give you the satisfaction.
I agree. Quietly, I just want them to know. I want to see in their eyes that they think I'm doing a good job, even if they're huffing and puffing. But here, even if I get a 3 out of 10, they go, "Oh, I'm delighted to hear. Like, thank you for taking the time to learn the
3
language."
out of 10. Yeah, I mean, it's a cultural difference. I think British people just think you're making fun of them when you're not. It's a sign of respect where I come from.
Yeah, and
If you do a Southern accent to me, I look at it as a sign of respect.
and because everyone there is so kind of depressed and dreary, so they expect the worst. But here in Copenhagen, life is so good.
That's right.
They're like, the thought of somebody insulting me or my language or my country doesn't
Yeah.
even register at
Look
all.
look what our tax dollars do. How could I be upset by anything?
You walk out the front door and there's a 10 out of 10 riding a bicycle built for 7
It's because they got to hold other kids.
on their way to get free health care, and they're like, "Oh, today I have chocolate for breakfast and I'm a size 0." That's all they do every day.
I saw like a display at the 7-Eleven. I was getting water this morning, and it was Dubai chocolate and Denmark. It was like they had made like a Denmark version. I was like, I don't think that's the same thing. I don't think you can just put any country name on it.
I guess they can. I mean,
Technically, sure.
but did they do anything to make
I
the
didn't. I
chocolate?
couldn't read the signage.
Oh, because it's in.
I just saw the big labels, and I was like, "This is funny that they're like, choose. You got to choose."
I wonder if it's just like regular. It's just like it's a regular bar of Milka chocolate, or if they've added like this is chocolate with mackerel floss that has been woven with matcha inside.
Can you imagine some mackerel floss? So we discovered this at Duty Free because Dubai chocolate is obviously a trend that is sweeping the world, but I thought it was just like harvested there or some shit. I didn't know that
like a blood diamond.
Yeah, I didn't know that like it had some.
You didn't know that was a special thing.
I literally thought it was just like really good.
Oh, right,
because,
right.
you know, it
like
was like
Colombian coffee
yeah, this is
or
the top
Texas
grade of
barbecue, whatever.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I've never heard of Dubai chocolate, and I'm a chocolate lover.
I thought it was referring to oil, just like Texas tea.
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
Exactly. You're telling me, yeah. So I just didn't realize, and then we were at duty free. That nice woman was talking about it, and then I asked you, you're like, no, it's got basically like a grid system of flavor inside of it, is what I was told.
It's I forgot. I've never had it because I respect myself too much. But you open it up and it has like a floss of like a stringy woven, kind of like a fried vermicelli noodle, but even more thin. And I believe it's dusted with green. I don't know if
It
it's
could be-
matcha or if
yeah.
it's sour apple.
I'm sure there's varieties at this point.
Yeah, they have a chocolate strawberry labubu boba filling or whatever now, but I'm sure it's fine. I hope
Yeah,
to
I'm sure
never
it tastes
try
good.
it.
I just don't understand. I guess I just.
But
hearing-
the woman that was working at duty free at the what
at
was it?
Heathrow.
She was just like an old blonde woman who's like, it's a bit sickly.
Yeah, she hated.
She was talking shit on it.
She was talking a lot of shit on it.
But I agree. Like, why? I was like, is this like a gimmick chocolate? And she's like, yeah, love, it's a gimmick.
yeah, I mean, it feels like a gimmick, but the pricing also makes it feel like more of a gimmick.
When you've been slanging those Cadbury dairy milk and egg fruit bars and they're delicious and there's no reason to mess it up, you got the fucking Dubai coming in. I don't know if there's racially charged notes to it or whatever, but
I need to. I'm going to look into it more because I do want to know
spend the day
where
today.
this
Spend the day today.
a
Just
couple
sort of
hours
investing.
just block out. I just still don't understand where or how it. I mean, obviously I know where it came from, Dubai, but I'm saying, how did it?
I don't know if
What is the rise to prominence? Was there a celebrity on a yacht eating it in a paparazzi photo? Was it foodie weirdos?
I would
Was
say
it,
there's a 50% chance that it was not created in Dubai.
I would also agree with you on
I
that.
think somebody just.
You're saying they could be using the Dubai high-end brand as a smokescreen.
I think someone who's like trying to launder their drug money and they are friends with a chocolatier. They what are you working on? I got a new thing. Splash the Dubai name on it. Next thing you know, we're good to go.
It's called a rebrand. When
it's
I
called
was
rebrand.
when we were in Bedford, there's like the new cool cafe there, and it's. Do you remember Masked Chocolate?
Yeah, I remember
The
Mass Chocolate.
disgraced chocolatiers.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what they're doing now? They're up in Bedford with a cool cafe for white people. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wait, because it has the same name and it was good.
Mass Chocolate's whites only cafe.
The food was good, and it was like it had pantry items, a bakery, the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw this display of 40 different Mass chocolate bars. I hadn't seen Mass chocolate in years. I try not to go to Brooklyn.
Literally ran out of town.
Yeah, they
into
ran
the
out of town,
sticks.
but now they have a whole operation up there, and I just wondered if could this Dubai chocolate create another disgraced chocolatier? I thought that was a once in a lifetime kind of situation.
They're, pardon my memory, but the problem was that they found out that this is just regular ass chocolate.
Yeah,
and
this
they
shit is like Hershey's basically, but with a good brand. You know, it's a very timely branding, a color story, the whole thing.
Don't put a turd in the
I don't
Fortnum and Mason wrapping paper, tie a bow on it, and try to sell me that it ain't.
But I don't think they were like lying about. I don't think they could like legally put. You know, I think people just assume because of the way it looked. That
They
it's
weren't
the customer's fault, is what I'm trying to say.
They weren't making any false claims, but
No.
they also weren't being completely forthright
Well,
with their info.
I think the pricing made people think that it was of a premium variety because they were paying so much and the design looked like that. And I have to say, congrats to the disgraced chocolatiers.
It's buyer error, user error. It's
yes.
just like a Maserati car. It's like, hey, this car costs $200,000. It's all tied up in some cool design, but on the inside, it's just like an Isuzu Trooper guts. It sounds like shit. It's gonna break down. That's your own fault for not doing the research.
The thing is, chocolate tastes good. You know,
Ooh,
and I think
that's cap.
I think chocolate tastes good
With fruit
and
mixed.
and I just think that like if you like it, you like it. Who cares? I don't give a fuck where it comes from. I don't like.
And also, if you're the type of person who is like, this chocolate bar costs $28,
yeah, exactly.
I want it more because of that.
You kind of deserve that.
Get what you enjoy
Yeah.
it. Enjoy your dumb
either get the
expensive
Kit
shit.
Kat like a man, or go to the grocery store and get the high end shit. Except for there's one I
Get a Kinder bar with a cartoon baby lion on the front or
exactly.
something.
Man up.
So we had our show in London. It went quite well at the 100 Club. I was a little worried that a Monday night live show would be ill attended, but it was probably our best show in London that we've had, I would say.
Yeah, I think that there's maybe some like August, like laid back vibes where a Monday night feels a little more acceptable to be out. But
And,
it's also,
and also, I was thinking most people don't want to waste their Friday or Saturday night on a live podcast recording
that's right.
versus like, hey, Monday, what else were we going to do? Watch Big Bang and order some Spag Bowl.
Yeah, there's nothing else to do. The competition was lesser, let's say.
It's a Big Bang Bowl.
But I don't know if I also just I feel like that we're offering an experience that is finished at a reasonable hour. So
Yeah.
on a weekday, it should be fine. Any weekday, really.
The show's 8:30 to 9:30.
You could
You go to dinner, have a couple espresso martinis, rock up to the club, enjoy an hour of comedy with timeless content creators from around the world. You're home by 10 o'clock, tuck the kids back in that you got a sitter for, watch Law and Order Bristol, and then off to bed.
Yeah, you're back. You're back. It's no problem.
Law and Order Sussex.
It really is a good offer as far as
And-
weeknight goes.
And thank you to everyone that did come out. We had an after party at the Devonshire, which is the hottest pub in town. I'm assuming, right?
I think it still is. Yeah.
So I mean, especially after Monday,
I
put
mean,
it
I
on the
think
map.
that
But it was a thing we've been talking about with a lot of locals there. What do you do when a great business, a great thing, gets fucked out and ruined by TikTokers and much like a Dubai chocolate or a cronut or whatever it might be? What are you supposed to do when you own a cool pub and everyone's like, the Guinness here is amazing, and now you have 300 people, from all over the world, and they don't even know that Guinness is a beer, let alone, any history about it or how you're supposed to drink it or whatever. And I was talking to a bartender there, and he said people will come, wait in line, order a Guinness, and then ask for a straw because they think it's like a milkshake or a boba thing. They don't even know it's a beer.
Unfortunately, I know that that's stupid, but it's funny.
When you hear it, you can see how plausibly that whole scenario could go down.
It's also funny enough to me, whereas if I worked at the Devonshire, I would be like, sure, here's your straw. I would have straws ready because then that's sort of a mind game to let them embarrass themselves more drinking a beer out of a straw on camera for their audience.
Is it a bad or a poor reflection of your business as a whole that you let it's populated by people
It
who
depends.
do bullshit like this?
No, every business is populated by people that do bullshit.
Just like how Prince Street Pizza's like, no fucking ranch, no gay ass ranch here, get that shit out.
That doesn't affect their business at all.
I know it doesn't.
The same way that giving out a straw would not deter anyone at all.
If Prince Street had sides of ranch for $1.50 and you dip your crust in it, the world will keep spinning.
Either way, the world will keep spinning. Is my point. Like it doesn't
ranch or no ranch,
I'm
boba
just
straw in the
saying
Guinness
that
or
kind
no.
of stuff doesn't actually affect business because people aren't. It should,
Yeah.
but you don't want. I mean, Prince Street Pizza is not a good example because I'm not going to go there. But it's like would the ranch make your experience that much better, or can you live without it? And most people are like, well, I want it, but I can live without it.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing. There's so many of these great whatever. We need a word for whatever this is. But I also think of the sushi park, no soy sauce rule, or like if you want a California roll with spicy tuna,
Go somewhere else.
go somewhere else. We do real sushi here, brother. And unfortunately, I'm a fan of the California roll. A well-executed California roll is a perfect balance of flavors. Unfortunately, one of them is crab with a K.
Definitively. White people, you can't be anti like sushi that's made for you. You can't think you're above that because you're not. Because you don't. This isn't your culture. I don't care how much you've read about how the fish gets imported and how great you think your palate is and blah blah blah. Shut up. A California roll is good.
Do you think the California roll is? I guess the California roll is made for white people,
Totally.
or it's made for Californians.
Yeah, no, that too. But it's just I don't think that I don't know.
But I feel like Asian people, they're like, yeah, imitation crab. It's just like we grew up eating it because it's like cheaper and it tastes
totally
fine and whatever. There's no stigma attached. And then white people are like, what do you mean it's made out of like squashed mackerel carcasses?
yeah.
Steamed pollock or whatever it is. But, Asian people fuck with mayonnaise just as much as white people do.
I just don't think. Yes, no, that's definitely true.
Trust me.
And they've found interesting ways to use it.
Not
as
as much as these people do here in Denmark, though.
they fuck with mayonnaise hard body here.
When we went to the restaurant Bobe yesterday and we had the French fries dusted in fennel pollen, a great chip. There was that little, shit
beautiful
emoji.
pile. It was a beautiful pile.
It was a perfect.
It looked like marshmallow kind of to me.
It looked like marshmallow of mayonnaise squirted down on there. But I mean, this is where mayonnaise goes down, brother.
But what did that mayonnaise had? Did it have a flavor or no?
I don't think it was just a jar of Hellmann's scooped
No, of
into
course.
a piping
I mean,
bag.
with
I
that,
think they added a little
with
something.
the fennel pollen, it was hard for me to. I was distracted.
I think our listeners kind of all know at this point how fennel and the fennel pollen affects you.
It kind of sends me into a tizzy.
I think we need to be a little more judicious with our fennel pollening. I think
I don't know if I encounter fennel pollinating that much.
That's one of the names of Flea's daughters.
No, Fennel's she's actually an amazing graphic artist.
Fennel, pollen, downstairs now. There's at Kispaka, Nancy Silverton's restaurant. The first time I had it, they had a pork chop dusted with fennel pollen, and the flavors of fennel pollen and pork dance together.
Okay.
But also, then you're buying a fucking $800 piece of pork, and it just tastes like fennel. So there's the other thing. Which takes us back to what we were talking about before, putting ketchup on the ribeye.
I don't look down upon people who choose condiments that I wouldn't choose. I think everybody should eat what they want to eat, and you might get made fun of, but I don't
eat what you want to eat, sing what you want to sing.
I just don't understand, bro, it doesn't make somebody's IQ lower if they like their steak medium well. It's just not what you like.
It doesn't affect their IQ, but it's a display of their self-discipline.
I don't think it is. I think it's a display of I want what I want and I'm going to get it. And that's what we all do.
When I'm smoking a cig, I want to dip it into formaldehyde, but I don't because in polite society it's frowned upon to get wet.
That's you not having enough confidence to get wet.
When I'm doing a little bump off the webbing of my hand, I want to lick it and rub it on my gums, but everyone's going to look at me like I'm a freak show.
No, of course. And I'm not saying you're not going to be judged.
I want to lick the back of the V magazine because that's what we've been racking lines on.
I'm saying that if you like something, you should do it no matter what sort of blowback you're going to get from society. When it's as low stakes as how something is cooked.
If you like something, you should do it, man.
You should. I just don't. Putting eggs on ketchup is disgusting.
Yeah.
Excuse me, ketchup on eggs, but
unless, of course, it's in a roll with bacon, egg, and cheese.
I can't. I couldn't get past that. Even though it is a sandwich form factor.
Yeah. Well, let's move on. I guess we can talk about sweets a little bit. I'm in the middle of my annual tree talks right now, which is why the nightmares have begun. And you're what, day 8 on sweets?
Yeah, day 8. It feels good. I called my sponsor this morning. He said, "Put the Betty Crocker down. You don't need to snort that."
You said no. You poured the jar of sprinkles down the toilet here. I saw a crazy video that's like when you go to it was like a black woman working at an ice cream shop, and there's like a sprinkle all the toppings for your ice cream, hot fudge and brownie bites and whatever, and there was the chocolate sprinkles and then there's the rainbow sprinkles, and then it's like, do you want the colored sprinkles or the sprinkles of color? Kind of makes you think a little bit.
Sprinkles of color.
In one of those head scratchers, like, do blind people know when to stop wiping their ass after they take a shit? How do you know? But speaking of other gross things, friend of the show, Calvin Harris, congratulations. He had a baby with God knows who.
He knows her.
When somebody just like they're like DJing in Ibiza one day, and the next day there's a picture of a newborn on their lap, and you're like, oh, I didn't even know. I don't keep up with the going-ons of Calvin Harris, but if you scroll a few, it's like a photo of him with the baby on the couch, and then blah blah blah, and then like I think they did a natural water birth at the house.
Oh, I'm sure that they did.
And then you scroll down a couple more slides into the carousel, and there's a high definition load that pinch and zoom in that 4K of the placenta laid out on some brawny paper towels, and the umbilical cord has been shaped into a heart.
This is one of the worst things I've ever heard.
And it was the jump scare of jump scares, I would say.
This is Calvin Harris also, I imagine, has multi-millions of followers.
Yeah. Tens of millions of followers and dollars.
I guess.
And then if you scroll more through the slides, it'll show the process of him dehydrating it's a common practice to dehydrate the placenta, put it into the Noma fermentation station and crack it up into some pills and pop that shit.
Bro, this is fucked up. Like, I'm not that it doesn't, obviously, like, I get it. It's
a part of the human body.
Yeah, this just does not feel like something that should be posted on social media.
It's a violation.
It looks like he's created like a blood flower out of with a stem, and then
they're opening for Seven Dust in Dusseldorf.
Wait, he's married?
I don't know.
It said so grateful. I like his wife is here. Let's click. This is one of the worst things you've ever brought to my attention. And we've spent years bringing bad stuff to each other's attention. That's our job.
Do you think that this was Calvin's idea to post the umbilical cord?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So I strongly think it was his idea.
And it also reminds me of the Nirvana song.
Yes.
Tie the umbilical noose. Heart-shaped box. We have a heart-shaped umbilical noose. Is this like some Pizzagate shit?
I wish Calvin Harris was that smart, but I don't.
If Calvin Harris was a Pizzagate, I wouldn't be super surprised.
No, that's not out of the realm of possibility. I guess this is just more. This is just an extreme illustration of everything doesn't need to go on Instagram. Mm-hmm. It's just that's between you and her.
Yeah, when you have a baby.
And your doula and night nurse and assistant, of course.
Mm-hmm. When you have the baby comes out, you clean it, you hose that shit off, put a bow on the head, and then we could take a photo for the Instagram. When I wake up in the morning and I look like shit, I got crust in my eyes and I'm all fucked up, I don't post a photo of that on my social media.
It's just it's a place. Instagram is not a real place. We don't need to see the whole point is that it's a fantasy. It's what life could be. It's the highlights. It's only the good stuff.
Take that shit to Flickr.
Dead ass. And I know this is the good stuff as far as like he's concerned. Mm-hmm. But I didn't know he had gone
the good stuff.
I didn't know he was like. Is he sober? Is he like gone down a little bit of a Topanga style rat hole?
I think so. I think so.
Because that's what this screams of. This doesn't scream of like progressive. This screams of like I'm anti-vax.
I think that he got Erewhon pilled, and I think his wife is probably, because of their location and access to funds. I think they're doing what they're throwing money at wellness things that are still on the bleeding edge of. We're still figuring it out, kind of thing. We're looking for new volunteers.
We'll spend $20,000 on a red light bed for our whole body.
Yeah, we're removing blood and we're adding stuff to it, squirting it back in. We're spinning the block with our
spinning our blood and the block
with our OT.
That is. Thank you for bringing that to my attention as well as our listeners' attention. Though this is important.
Yeah. And I wonder if those placenta pills really do. Are they a superfood of some sort?
I don't know. Hit Reddit. I'm sure you can find some if you want to try.
If I is this placenta good only for the mother because you're putting it back into you, or can I take someone else's placenta powder and will I get the benefits from it the same amount? Who knows?
You know what, Jason? I don't know, and additionally, I don't care.
Let's say somebody had a kid that is a cool, famous person. They get their placenta powdered and pilled. We can sell one of those. How much would one of Emily Ratajkowski's placentia pills cost on the red market?
That's a great question. I don't know what the going rate is.
The bidding begins at $8,000. Yeah. So I also took note of something as we've been traveling the last couple of days, and I'm going to predict something.
Mm-hmm.
Enough time has passed, and now I think that Gnarls Barkley Crazy is going to come back.
Oh, I noticed this too because we heard it several times in the last 3 days, and one was a kind of loungy cover, but then the original.
Yeah.
And the original is didn't CeeLo Green, the Soul Machine, Atlanta's own?
The Human Sphere.
He got low key canceled for basically just like having orgies though. He like didn't.
I didn't know that.
I mean, he went away. He had the biggest song in the world, and then like he kind of just disappeared.
CeeLo got the freak off.
CeeLo was having his own freak offs, is what I believe.
I didn't know that. I mean, I guess I believe it because nobody wanted to fuck him before, and then when he got that Gnarls Barkley money.
Don't do that to an OG member of Goody Mob. Don't do that. That's Atlanta royalty right there. Bro.
Whenever I see him, like when you're watching Willy Wonka.
Let's get Big Gip on the pod. Big Gip, if you're listening.
I'm a Gip fan personally. He's more of a long and slender
he
fellow
is.
like myself.
Unfortunately, in this situation, I'm the CeeLo Green, and you're the Big Gip.
BigGip@gmail.com. There's the unironic return of the Black Eyed Peas. Which is
we
something
heard that at the Dare DJ set. Like we heard that, and I was like, and you mentioned that to me before, and I of course wasn't aware of it because I'm not in the clubs like that or on TikTok, the two places where this seems to be happening. And then I heard it for myself, and I watched the reaction of all of these 22-year-old non-binary the Dare fans that have piercings.
Yeah, it makes you wonder because this has been happening forever. Like when we were 22 and people were like playing old songs ironically in the club, and then the older head generation that we knew would be like, are you guys fucking serious? Like this is the dumbest shit. Like when this song came out and I was there for the first time, it was the most embarrassing, most low level mental shit you could be listening to. Are you enjoying it now earnestly, or did you put it on as a joke and then it's funny, and then a month later now we actually do like the Black Eyed Peas?
It's tough. It could creep into your psyche when it's that catchy and professionally done.
Yeah.
I mean, Black Eyed Peas songs, I don't want to listen.
Honestly, I think we should have will.i.am on the pod, and I want to talk to him about it.
Because I'll talk to will.i.am. I mean, I don't want to talk to him about anything else, though. I don't want to talk about his innovation studio. I don't want to talk about his clothes, his glasses, any of that. Strictly BEP.
I think we'll talk. I think I'll send him a DM because we used to be friends.
Yeah, I think it is cool to see that happen to anyone, really, because I think it's just such an interesting trend overall. Yeah,
because there's so many layers to it. Because obviously, when the Black Eyed Peas came out and those songs, Let's Get Retarded in Here and just all those songs, Meet Me Halfway and Pump It Louder, it's same as like LMFAO. Like there were lots of people who are unironically, earnestly enjoying that music, and now when the people are returning to it, are those people like happy that their bad music has now become popular again?
Fuck yeah, they're happy. I mean, their business manager's happy. Their fucking ex-wife's happy. Their kids are happy.
I mean, like the dorky 30-year-old who was dancing to it when they were like 12 years old or whatever it was.
Yeah, I think it's
and now that it's come back, are they like, you know what? I do like this thing that's awful.
Are you talking about revisionist history? What we do all the time with fucking Korn and Limp Bizkit and Rage Against the Machine? It's the same. It's the same idea, but at least these songs, again, I don't need to listen to them or ever hear them again, but they are fucking absolute hits. They are smashes.
They are.
They feel like they are scientifically engineered to resurface because they're that good.
I guess you're right. It's a formula that will stand the test of time. Even a Korn song or a Limp Bizkit song, like you just put it on for a 13-year-old, and then they're like, yeah, this song is fucking sick. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's when things were that popular, especially,
And you don't care that it was really bad.
you weren't there to understand how bad it was.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Like a young person doesn't understand. They're just like, oh yeah, this is funny. It's like Y2K, you know what they're talking about when they're talking about, and it is. I think that's really it. Is there's no, the context is very different, and it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I guess just me as somebody who's always been like a hypercritical, you know, looking down my nose at all this stuff over the years. If I'm at the bar or the club and then the cool hot chick DJ or Zach Bia's little brother or whatever the coolest thing is going on right now is playing music like that, I don't know how to process it. I'm just like, I have to leave because I can't watch people that I'm being told are the coolest people doing it right now. I can't be told that they are cool.
I feel the
'Cause I just
exact.
don't see
I
it.
feel the exact opposite. I think it's fascinating to watch because it's just like, it really, every time I see something come back around, it not only makes me feel old, but also solidifies that I was right the first time, and that makes it
Right about it being a hit, and it doesn't
and
matter
it
if
being
it's bad.
Both, yes, both of
Okay.
those things. Like I was like, oh, this is still bad, but it's still a hit, and
The Happy Gilmore 2 effect.
I've not wavered in my
Mm-hmm.
feelings, but I understand why a new generation could appreciate something strictly based on the fact that it's not theirs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like it's from it's
So maybe these people that I'm being told are the cool, you know, bleeding edge of hipness and whatever's going on in the world, I should let their actions and their behaviors dictate the fact that they are actually not cool at all.
well, obviously that. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, that is definitely true, but also I think that there's just a
But then there's also the element of like, can't you just be silly and have fun for a dumb pop song?
and that's how I feel.
And we all
about
have
it.
our line.
I'm not going to jump up and down to BEP.
Mm-hmm.
But when we heard it the other night, I'm not going to say I wasn't bobbing my head a little bit. I mean, let's be honest. It's just, again, it's a hit.
It also, to make a food pun or a food comparison, as I often do, it's like when you go to Noma and they're like, here's our 27 courses of this stuff that we've labored over in our fermentation station, and the greatest minds in the world have innovated and refined these dishes and put in just hours and hours of work. And then when you bring out French fries and ketchup, they're like, oh, this is the best. Can I have only this?
Yeah, it's the black eyed peas is French fries and ketchup.
Mm-hmm.
Corn is a different. I would say corn is more of a limited edition McRib.
Corn is, like, to quote our friend Nick Wooster, who we saw yesterday, it's the KC Masterpiece barbecue potato chip.
Dude.
When I was like, Nick, are you eating those? You eating KC Masterpiece Ruffles family? He's like, oh, no, I don't do that. It's the kettle chip barbecue,
it's
okay?
the same flavor, absolutely.
It's more of an artisanal offering.
When I was talking to him and Josh Peskowitz about Oasis. They were like, "How was it? What was the vibe?" And I was like, "Honestly, it was unbelievable." But it also
Wait, did we even talk about Oasis on the podcast?
no.
I guess not.
But I was like, I couldn't. We can start now. I was like, I couldn't believe how like unifying it was, and how it felt like a pride thing of the people. And we don't.
It was like
have-
London Pride.
We don't have any version of that in America. And then we kept trying to think about it, and Josh was like, "Yeah, maybe Bruce Springsteen, but in his prime, you know." Like, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, a little bit." And then Nick Wooster was like, "Madonna," and I was like, "Nick, I love Madonna, but it's kind of a different thing. What we're talking about is just a different thing." It was the best response possible. So
Just
funny.
imagining Madonna coming out with the American flag draped over her shoulders.
I just, yeah, I mean, I guess we didn't talk. I wrote about it yesterday. To get it while it was hot, but I mean,
Well, it's still fresh on the oh.
it really was kind of as good as it could be as far as like I had gone through so many waves of emotions about it, like as the excitement, then I don't care, then like, oh, it's gonna be annoying, and then I left high.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, in terms of the comparisons to something like a Black Eyed Peas or watching Korn at Lollapalooza or something, it is something that even if you don't love Oasis, when you are there and there's however many tens of thousands of people jumping up and down all at once. I was comparing it to Coldplay at Wembley. Like, going to a Coldplay show in 2025 is arguably an embarrassing act. And when you go there and everyone has their lights synchronized and they're playing The Scientist and the whole crowd is singing and you're part of something bigger, I guess I understand it. And it was good that at least the Oasis songs are like good. That was
the best part of the whole thing to me, is that they clearly spent zero money on production. Because it doesn't matter, because their fans don't give a fuck and the songs are so good that they don't need it. They did have fireworks at the end. That's one thing. The fireworks at the end aren't that's not during the performance. I'm saying they're not spending a fortune on, like, they're not hiring people we know and overpaying them to fucking, the stage is going to move here and the lights are going to, it's literally like, we're up here, we're wearing Stone Island, we're playing the songs and they sound good. And that's all you need.
We're going to play the songs every once in a while. One of us will walk this way a little bit, but we're not.
There's just nothing to it, which is refreshing, because everyone now needs so much to make it work.
But there was the giant LED wall screen.
Sure.
And I think that's the type of thing where a lot of money went into that, because that's the biggest, clearest, highest definition screen I've seen in person in my entire life, probably.
I've never thought about the definition of a screen, but it was good.
Well, I mean, it's a screen the size of a football field.
It's fucking huge, and it looks clear as fuck.
And
You're right.
There's a camera, many, many feet away from the stage, and it's locked into Liam's head, and I'm seeing a crystal clear, high definition image. I could see the wrinkles on his face on this screen. That was impressive. The AI generated visuals were
the
obviously
graphics,
atrocious.
the visuals were so bad that it was cool, and I think that's the. It felt. I think you said, I don't think they saw these. Like, I don't think they ever. They
couldn't be arsed to approve the visuals.
I don't think they ever even were like, you know what? Let's look through this. I think somebody told them they had to do it. Somebody approved a cost somewhere, and then we just went right into it and put them on the laser disc and got it fired up.
Yeah, I guess, if they do this again, it would be cool if they asked us to, creative direct.
I disagree completely. I think that's lame for a band like that to try to act like there's something they're not.
Well, I'm not saying that they should do that. I'm saying that I would love to take what they've created, which is like a rainbow of like flowers and old photos of their parents and like a building in Manchester. I mean, it looks like the beginning of a television show in the 90s.
Have you ever looked at Oasis stuff? It's ugly. It's always been ugly. Like I said, the photos are cool because it's like we put a Rolls Royce in a pool and it looks cool, but nothing they've ever done has been.
But how cool would it be if there's an AI visual? The whole entire screen is a swimming pool in the Cotswolds, and you just see a fucking Rolls Royce.
Nope.
Crash into it. Cigarettes and alcohol is playing. The whole screen is slowly filling up with lager.
No,
bloop, bloop, bloop.
I'm already annoyed.
Liam going like this.
I'm already annoyed.
Smoking.
It's not. It's so cool to not.
You'd rather have a piece of paper where the edges have been like burnt a little bit, and it says, "How many times were people strange?"
It's so much cooler that way than hiring a graphic designer to do everything. The merch is bad.
Here's a photo of my nan in the IRA.
It's just the fact that they don't need it and they know that is powerful, because everybody else kind of needs it.
What if the visual was just a giant Union Jack or just something?
It's cooler that it's bad. If it was neutral, I'd be okay with it. If they hired some cool guy, I don't want to see that.
Okay.
And I understand, and a lot of people hire cool guys and it looks awesome. I'm not saying it's good often. Oasis doesn't need it.
I think you've pleaded your case, and I've sided with you. It's better that it's bad.
Also, when I clocked how bad it was, and I was like, damn, that's cool, and then never thought about it again. Because you're just kind of lost in it and like enjoying it, and it doesn't really matter. But at those shows, it is interesting because everybody's just watching the screen.
Yeah.
So it is like, I guess,
even if you're front row,
you're watching the screen.
They're too small.
Yeah,
because just the sheer size of the whole thing, you can't see anything.
Yeah.
When we were about to go in, we went with our friends David Cho and Shiv, and we were talking about hey man, like it gets rowdy. People wear ponchos because there's just spilling drinks everywhere, throwing beers. You know, it's
I don't think
sloppy.
it's a spill. I think it's a throw. More often than spill, it's a throw.
Well, I saw a lot of throws, and I saw a lot of accidental spills where like someone will be holding up their beer and then a person will swing their arm and knock it out of their hand and spill it on your shoe, you know, whatever. It was a sloppy, wet mess. It was the Gallagher concert and it was all Brooklyn Lager on the floor. But I was watching the band, and when like a big song would come on where, you know, it's about to drop, I had to stop myself from throwing my beer because it was a Cro-Magnon.
It's an exciting opportunity that you don't
Impulse.
often get, and your gut kicked in.
As somebody who, you know how much I prioritize free things, especially alcohol. If somebody you're in a concert and you had to walk so far through the corridors, wait in a queue of 7,000 people to get your plastic beer cup, and you go all the way back and sneak back into the crowd and blah blah blah, just to throw it feels like such a waste. And I wanted to do it so many times, and I almost did it so many times.
I think
but
you
didn't.
should have done it. I
Yeah.
think that's, if there's one regret from that night, I think it's that you should have done it. I really do, because I don't
But
think.
if somebody hit me with the beer, I'd be so pissed.
Yeah, but that's the game you play.
It's the game.
In that specific situation. It's a, we're all in this together. If I would have gotten hit with a beer, I obviously would have been the most upset, because I don't like beer. I don't like wet stuff. You know,
I don't do beer.
it's like
I don't do
it's
wet.
like the worst kind of rain.
Stella Artois, the worst kind of rain.
But I did learn. My friend Adam asked me yesterday if I did a word I'd never heard of, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he's like, it's a football thing. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, when you turn around,
Yes.
and turn back around. I'm like, I did it, but I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
It's like a paw.
Ponazon. It's like Ponazon. I think.
Panzon.
I could be wrong. Don't
Yeah.
worry. I'm sure a million people are gonna tell us how wrong we are.
It's a footballer's thing where you turn your back to the pitch, you lock arms with your mates, and you jump up and down.
I think it was a cigarettes and alcohol.
It was, and I did do that.
Yes.
And I was so sad because I was filming it, but I was jumping so much that the footage was unusable. I didn't have my Steadicam feature
That's because
setting.
you're supposed to be in the moment, and you shouldn't have your phone out at all.
It's true. I did get a great cigarettes and alcohol scarf, bootleg, one of one.
Yeah, there's one. Well,
Kept me warm last night. It was not one of one. It was one of 7 million, but still.
it's made of plastic, but it's still, hey, it's great.
The microplastics, not the fibers. I went to a restaurant called the Yellow Bittern with our friend Shad from Shad Magazine. He's been on the show before, right?
Yeah,
He's been on the show. Yeah. Great music writer. As
we'll
his
have
star
him
continues
back.
to rise.
We'll have him back at some point. He's a good IRL
Yeah,
idea.
an IRL idea.
Like I'm saying, like in the room with us.
Oh, yeah. We went to this restaurant. It's a very controversial one because the owner is like a kind of a surly Irish guy. It has a socialism vibe. It's cash only. It's only open for 2-3 hours a day. It's not on the weekends. It's hard to get a table. They don't like it if you come in and just don't
It sounds like
drink.
they don't like it if you come in at all. But if you're going to be there, I guess we'll take your money.
Yeah, those types of restaurants I love, and I did love this restaurant.
Yeah,
When we were talking about at the beginning of the show, what do you do when your pub becomes the busiest TikTok thing, whatever? You have to instill all these laws and rules and regulations and hurdles to hopefully deter 99%
that's
of
the
the
wrong
customer base.
That's the wrong use of energy. The use of energy is to open something new. Because I don't think there's anything you can do.
So you do like the SBE model where you open a new ultra lounge supper club restaurant.
Literally,
It
like
burns high and bright for a year and a half. You close it down. You get new banquettes. You change the name from Katana to Tao, and then we're back again.
No, I'm saying an additional place. I'm not losing the revenue on this shit.
Okay.
But this is out of my control. This thing is spun beyond what I can control. I'm going to just go open another one and keep doing it until the money stops.
Like St. John, perhaps.
Yeah. I mean, I would make it more edible, but in theory, yeah. But I think that, like,
Be like St. John if the food was good.
the Yellow Bitrin, though, the vibe is that we don't need money. And that's why we're able to do this in this specific way, which is cool because they will never suffer from what you're talking about.
Yeah.
They would rather close it down because they don't need it.
Yeah, they don't need money, but they don't want you to come in unless you spend a certain amount of dollars.
That's just self-respect. I'm just saying if that restaurant closed tomorrow, nothing is going to change probably in their lives. As far as like the bills are getting paid is what I'm trying to say.
They're still able to pay their Vodafone bill.
Well, that's really the only people in today's world that can do things with that level of integrity. If you want to call it that. It's just most people have to make money.
You're able to express your art in a way where financial gain is not necessary.
Which is awesome, and I'm glad it's good, and I'm glad people can do that. I'm no shade. I just think that's the reality.
And it's only this guy and his wife, and those are the only seemingly the only employees, and that's how they keep it that way. And they always have their hands on every single thing. I don't know. It's one of those things that's really special, and I really like it. And I don't know how long it'll last. I know that I think he's going to switch to a prefixed tasting menu kind of thing in September.
To make it easier, basically.
They mentioned, I think to make it like
him.
Once you've been doing it for a certain amount of time and you see how much money you make every week or every month compared to how much work you're putting into it, and if the demand is still super high, you can start, not necessarily raising the price, but just, raising the difficulty level so only the people that show up there are going to respect the process and spend the money. We want you to sit down, have a long lunch,
honestly,
and order bottles of wine.
Making something prefixed attracts the wrong kind of customer.
Yes,
it attracts a dork that is a different person than even if the food is exactly the same, once you frame something like that, I think it changes who's interested in it.
I think that's true. That's true. I agree.
And I just don't. I mean, it changes it for me. I'm immediately I'm good. And maybe I'll go and it'll be great and I'll change my story. But if I see that and that is my only option, especially, I'm just kind of like, all right, bro, the same for me, I guess.
Business is hard, man.
Very hard.
There's no right way to do it. Unless you podcast. No, it's pretty easy to do that.
This is the best way to do it, yeah.
I was upset while we were in London. I was really speaking awesomely and typing awesomely. I was replying to emails the way a British person would. I was using cooler words and better manners, and I just sounded more intelligent and interesting. And now that I'm here in Copenhagen...
Why doesn't your Chat GPT do that for you here, too? What do you... I don't understand. It only works in London?
I don't use Chat GPT to do any of that stuff.
Oh, we'll see. I'm gonna catch your ass one day.
No, come on, bro.
When I get an email from you that's clearly Chat GPT, I've gotten a few from my friends it's obviously a joke, and it's really funny, actually.
What are the tells? I know the biggest tell people often say is the M dash.
It's not the M dash at all. It's the entire way that it is written. It's the
Yeah, I mean, we get a lot of PR emails where you can tell that it's... I mean, I guess the problem is when people use Chat GPT or AI technology to write the email, it has to be, here's the first pass, the machine did this, and then you go in with a hand at the end to polish up the edges.
If you need Chat GPT to write you an email, no one is that busy. You're lying. You're not that busy, and you're stupid. That is literally stupid. If you can't write an email, I don't care if it's a form email. I don't care if to send it out to 100 people. Write it yourself and copy and paste it. You don't need to. I just don't understand.
Yeah, I think it's a tool that needs to be used very sparingly, just like all technology, like retouching photos or face tuning.
It goes wrong quick.
Or any of this shit. You have to exercise subtlety, use it for, get the thing over the line and then hand shape it with your brain and your fingers.
Writing an email is not hard enough to do that require I don't think anyone is busy enough to optimize their time to save 20 minutes writing an email. It's just not really. Also, it's not like we're writing these.
I think it's laziness. They're like, I can do it, but
I don't want to.
I
also think that we're just, I don't know, man. When's the last time you got a really long email? You know what I mean? I rarely get a really long email unless it's from a publicist or it's trying to sell you something. Actual emails that are used to communicate with coworkers and friends we're not writing soliloquies. They're not fucking novellas anymore. It's a couple sentences.
What about, we talked about this before, but the speech to text.
I just don't. I don't do any of it, not because I just don't care. I just don't. I'm not gonna. I don't know how to do. I've never sent like a voice note before.
I don't do voice notes, but I do the voice to text.
But voice to text is the Siri thing. You mean?
Well, either you can use it in any app, but you can. There's just like a little microphone button, and you say, "Hey, I'm Jason." Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
this
sure,
is this,
sure.
this, and then you hit the button again to stop it, and it'll populate the text of what you just
Yeah,
said.
yeah. I mean, I get those from people, and I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it says it
I think
on iPhone. It says like Siri.
Mm-hmm.
I think, which is funny. They were like, no. We ain't gonna let you be that slick with it. I don't.
I see a future in the not too distant where that is how we all send all of our text-based communications.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it will.
Are you gonna succumb to it, or are you gonna hold strong and be a keyboard clacker?
I'm not really against it. I just do things, and then maybe one day I change the way I do things. I don't like go between. I don't like, oh, I'm going to use this now. I'm going to use it now. I'm like, I type. I don't use ChatGPT. I don't use text to speak to text. If that changes, it changes. I can't.
You're not going to be the last person holding out. If enough people make the switch over, you're going to do it.
I'm not gonna be a first responder.
You're okay.
Like it's just, I don't care enough.
You're not going to be first to market, but you're also not going to be last, but you'll be closer to the last. Like, what happens if the Apple iPhone stops being the phone?
I would love that.
Really?
Yeah, bro. I would kill to have a BlackBerry again. I truly would prefer it. Obviously, a new BlackBerry would be different. It would have to have more technology in it.
Sure.
But that sort of form factor feels more comfortable still to me than this does. I still
too.
can't type that well on this.
I'm so bad at typing on the iPhone.
I think that's part of the reason that the speech thing is popular is because it sucks to type on this. If we had tactile keys, I don't think people would feel the same way.
Also, because I type and I write how I talk. You know, some people have those two different brains. You know, like they have to get it out with their fingers versus their mouth.
Sure.
I like. I don't know. It seems like an interesting, exciting near future thing of like, is it going to be easier to write that book?
I guess I don't understand why we have to cut corners with every single thing. That's what I don't understand. I mean, maybe some people wouldn't consider it a corner cutting. It would be a improvement and makes things easier. I get that.
I would say it's not a full U-turn, but it's just a little detour. It's just another way to do things. But if you were, I don't know, if like
I could take a hoverboard somewhere, but I would rather walk.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, it's the same kind of thing to me where it's like, yeah, I could do that. Absolutely. And I don't really, I mean, hoverboard, I do shame people that do it, but you know what I mean? I don't
What
think
if you're bad at walking and really good at hoverboarding?
I'm sure
like the Rizzler.
Yeah, I'm sure the Rizzler's actually never walked in his life.
Walking hard for some people.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, I think it is the future. No question. No question.
Yeah, I think I want to try doing that the next time I ever write something, if it ever happens, other than an email or something. I'd like to just pace in a room and just say it all out loud and then just go back.
I mean, I would like to do that too, but I honestly would like to pay someone to actually dictate, like old school. I think that would feel more rewarding.
Yeah, have somebody in the room with you, and you're
a typist.
You're telling the story,
just flying through it. Because I think there are people that I don't think it's
that's how every celebrity memoir is written.
For sure. I think there's probably a lot of there is probably a lot of voice memo, you know what I mean? Like that kind of shit. I mean, that's how songs get written. Oh, yeah. Every song starts as a voice memo at this point.
Here's something I've been working on for a little while.
I personally handwrite all my music, but I get that it's easier on your phone or whatever.
I didn't know you could write music. That's nice, man. Okay.
Can't read it, only write it.
Let's see. I guess that's pretty much it. We're not going to talk about seeing Bleachers at Lollapalooza. R.I.P. to the guy who died at the Oasis show. And the guy from Manchester at our live show who yelled at me. Sent me a DM. I want to see how scary you look in real life, because I was intimidated by you and your voice.
I was also intimidated. It wasn't even a threat to me. Thanks, Blondie, for joining us. He was a good sport.
Yeah, sorry to Blondie's kids for talking about cocaine in front of you.
It was only one kid.
Okay.
It's the oldest one. She'll handle it.
She's fine then.
She's fine. Yeah, thank you for listening. HowLongGone.com. We're back with more podcasts this week.
But next week, we are not going to be back with new podcasts. We're going to take the week off for holiday. And I think we're going to do some episodes from the vault, some fan favorite episodes. We're going to re-release them while Daddy needs a week off to recharge.
I know Daddy does. I'm not Daddy, to be clear.
For our listeners at home, Chris does not want to do it, but I do.
But I said...
And it wasn't Carolyn's idea, for the record. It was me.
Oh, I believe that. Yeah, I believe that. Carolyn and I are about our business.
I'm burnt like a Palo Santo,
Oh,
baby.
I feel like shit, but this is what I mean, but I feel like shit every day. So that's just kind of what you got to get into.
Just the times when we're potting and doing live shows at the same time, you know, when it's week 3 of doing a podcast, then you shit, shower, and shave and go to a venue and do a podcast, and then you wake up the next day and fly to another place
I'm clear
and do
on
a
what we've been
podcast
doing.
and then do a podcast.
It's not great. No, I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna have a funny one on Friday though. We got something. We got a little a Copenhagen treat.
It'll be a real Fashion Week download in the style of Lauren Sherman's pod. We're going to see all the trends of our Scandi fashions, our minimalist designs.
I don't think that's what it's going to be, but I think that it's funny to say that that's what it's going to be.
It's going to be giving menswear.
It's gonna sound like a cigarette.
Even more than it normally does.
HowLongGone.com. Thank you for listening.
Bye-bye.